Is there anyone here who enjoys the art of communicating with others as much as I do? I'm positive of it, because we're Toastmasters. That's what we do. Our love of others and communicating with them were the initial reasons that many of us joined Toastmasters International. To fulfill our dreams of one day being able to communicate with others, no matter where they are from, effectively. One evening after leaving a Toastmasters meeting, I went to a cafe, feeling pretty confident that I was on my way to fulfilling my goal. Once inside, I sat next to a beautiful couple who were in the middle of having a conversation. And it suddenly dawned on me, I could not understand one thing they were saying. At that moment, I realized that being both an effective and competent communicator weren't just about being a good speaker. They were also about having compassion. Caring enough to ensure that those with whom we're communicating truly understand us. And even more importantly, we understand them. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I ask you tonight, have you taken the time to ask yourself how compassionate of a communicator you are and what you would do if your body had to speak for you? I have. Sign language is a language of natural gestures and pantomime that were first brought to America in the early 19th century from France. What a gift of compassion for people who were unable to speak to finally be able to communicate with others. I must admit, in my more than 40 years, I have never had a friend who was unable to speak. But I have learned how important each of our abilities are to being not only a competent, but also compassionate communicator. To express without words when we're sad and happy, cross and pleased. To be able to express hate, and even more importantly, love. Each time I am fortunate enough to share a speech, I write what's in my heart. I am so thankful that God blessed me with the gift of conversation. But I no longer want to rely solely on my voice. My new friends can look into my face and see how I feel. They can watch my body and know what I'm thinking. And now, read my hands and hear my words. We all received a challenge when we decided to join Toastmasters International to raise our level of conversation, to use our heads, our bodies, and our hearts, not just our voices, to communicate with others. We are Toastmasters with a new goal, one that is much larger than it was before. Growing up, my mother used to say, if you know the same people when you return home that you knew when you left, you should have stayed home. I say to you today, fellow Toastmasters, if we are only able to communicate today with those with whom we were able to communicate yesterday, we should remain silent because we have failed. I, like you as a Toastmaster, consider myself an ambassador of hope. Hope that one day our voices will be so powerful that we can open the hearts and minds of people everywhere to the wonderful world of conversation. I strive daily to be a competent communicator, a distinguished Toastmaster, known for my ability to communicate with others, no matter where they're from. For this reason, I now hablo español, parlo italiano, and sign. not only as a competent, but also compassionate communicator. I am a Toastmaster who loves the art of communicating with others. And fellow Toastmasters, for all you